Hi everyone. In case you're coming across this on YouTube and you have no idea what it is, I'm Megan Crewe. I'm a young adult author. I have 2 books currently out, Give Up the Ghost and The Way We Fall, which is just out today when this will be going up, and it's the first in a trilogy. And I thought that my readers might find it a little interesting to get a look at my writing space, where the creative magic happens. So I'm going to give you a little tour of my office. So I'll just give you a little panorama view. Now, I consider myself very lucky. I have an entire room dedicated to writing and also to books. You will notice there are lots and lots of books. And this is really what qualifies as the room being tidy. That's about as good as it gets. The 3 wooden bookshelves, starting with this one, all have adult fiction. Adult meaning written for grown-ups, not X-rated. I think about a third of it is my husband's and the rest is mine. And a lot of things get stuck on here along with the books. We have my kung fu shoes and my sparring gloves, my old sash, which is green and I'm blue now. We have my figurines that I got in Japan, some very cool stuff there. Nothing very interesting in the closet. Here's some more adult books. My globe. And I also have over here my collection of Creatures from L figurines, which if you have not seen these before, they are very cool. Little dragons and griffins and flying cats. And they're behind the glass door because the cats like to come and steal little things and play with them and break them. My little stuffed animal cats from Japan are in there because the cats, the real cats, were stealing them and carrying them all over the house. Over here, beside the bookshelves, we have my little corner of swag, which contains, these are the Way We Fall bookmarks. No, these are the Way We Fall bookmarks. These are Give Up the Ghost bookmarks. These are the pens for the Way We Fall. Very shiny. And down here are all my little bottles of the Way We Fall hand sanitizer, hopefully to prevent future epidemics. This side of the room is pretty boring. I would probably have some bookshelves here, except for that the floor is slanted, and I'm a little worried that they would fall over and hit me on the head. So instead we have these folding chairs and a little table. That's for when my in-person critique group comes, and we usually meet in here, and obviously everyone needs places to sit. Over here we have my desk, which is usually the messiest part of the room. Again, this is what qualifies as neat. Normally it would be so cluttered that you would not actually be able to tell that it was made out of wood. This is my iMac. It's where I do most of my line edits, most of my internet activity, where I design my website, all that kind of stuff. Have my little drawers that are full of pens and stationery and that sort of thing. And I have more pens. You can never have enough pens. Down here I have my laser printer because I still print off my drafts when I'm going to line edit. I find that I'm a lot more likely to I'm a lot more likely to skim the words if I'm looking at them on a computer screen. So I like to have it on paper. Some snacks. Chocolate is a very important writing tool. And then over here, we're getting into some of the research books. You can see there's a lot of science and supernatural type stuff. There's also some writing advice books that are kind of hidden behind the manga down there. Up here, this is almost all fairy tales, mythology, and ancient history, as well as some doohickeys that came with the iPad and the camera. This is my little travel section. And perhaps most importantly, this is the children's and young adult bookshelf, which as you can see is totally overflowing, double stacked. I seem to keep picking up new books faster than I can read them, and I really don't like getting rid of them very much. It's a bit of a problem. Which brings us to, this is my writing corner. It's a little dark over here. This is my special writing chair. It's all nice and leathery. And basically I sit here and I put up my feet on the computer chair and have the laptop on my lap and I'm ready to go. This is my laptop here. It's a MacBook Air. Got a nice little gel skin on there. And I do pretty much all of my writing on the laptop, all, first drafts, second drafts, any major revisions. For some reason I find it easier to concentrate when I'm on the laptop compared to the desktop computer. Never really figured out why. These are my wrist rests that I use while I'm working on the computer. I have them on either side of the touch screen or the touchpad rather, because especially when I'm doing revisions, I can be typing up to about 10,000 words in a day, and if I'm not careful, my wrists can get really sore, which is obviously not something I want to happen as an author. Over here, I have my handy whiteboard, which is attached to the bookcase, where I can jot notes while I'm writing, and some of them end up staying here for quite a while. This orange thing here is a little map that I drew of the island from The Way We Fall. So that means it's been there since about 2010, early 2010. And it's still there because, of course, I'm still working on the trilogy. Gotten a little smudged, but that's okay. Over here, these were some thematic words that I wanted to keep in mind while I was working on the sequel. So now I've totally spoiled you for book 2. That's what it's all about. These words here in the blue, those are some things that my editor pointed out in line edits that I was using too much. So I made a note to myself to search for them and replace some of them. And the note down there in the corner is something that just the other day I was working on book 3 and I realized that I'd made a little mistake in book 2, so I have made a note to myself that I need to correct it when the copy edits come. So that's my office. If you have any questions, you're curious about anything that you saw, then feel free to ask in the comments and I'll answer. And I hope you all have a great day. Bye!